As part of the Our Voice, Our Rights, Our Future Alliance Annual Conference 2024, we visited 4 organisations from across Scotland. During these visits, we captured the impact being made on the individuals and communities in which they serve.
It is a very much a truism with chronic pain that there is never a second you're without it. So Affa Sair literally means very sore or awfully sore.
The work done by NKS is immensely valuable. The organisation was set up by a few Bangladeshi women, I think in the front room. They wanted to find a space where South Asian women could come together and basically just talk. Having people from the Butt of Lewis in the north of the island to Barra in the south of the Western Isles chain means that people are living very far apart. Many people are living in very remote rural locations and can be very isolated. So I think one of the strengths of LTCH is that ability to connect people, to link them together.
It is so vital, the service that Macaulay College provides.
It's a place of great joy, people achieving a huge amount, people's unique abilities being recognised, and it's a really wonderful community of place.
From Edinburgh to Stornoway, there is amazing work taking place that is changing lives and fostering future change.
So we have 9 different activities now. One of the most popular ones, and one which you must be referred to from your GP, is for hydrotherapy, because we have an excellent hydrotherapy pool here in Forest, and people can go there once a week, and it lets them move easier, do some exercises and things.
We support communities by providing culturally sensitive services that range from life skill activities in a group setting, training and courses to one-to-one support to access services in Edinburgh.
Yeah, I think the other thing that's really useful is how participants will learn from each other. You know, everybody shares because everybody has the value of lived experience. We're all experts in our own right.
Tea breaks are a very important part of the day, probably everybody's favourite.
And then we break away after break time and they can choose to do, you know, there's candle making or there's woodwork or other different jobs on the farm to do.
Each organisation faces its own challenges, some shared, others unique to their communities.
A lot of the extra challenges we have up here in the northeast is the poor infrastructure. There's just no hope, especially up here in such a rural area, for people to get a proper service in regards to their pain.
Most of the women will come here through marriage, and isolation comes in. Lack of support from the family members. There's no family or support for some of these women because they've come through the marriage route and they left their families, their own families behind. So again, it's like the women were telling you, they come here and they find their second home at NKS.
What is most remarkable is the drive to innovate how services are delivered and the aspiration to continually develop.
Now we're actually doing, I think it's the first of its kind in Scotland for chronic pain. It's what we call a social prescribing scheme, where people can be referred from their GPs, and it lets them meet other people with chronic pain in real life or online.
You know, and some people may never meet or may only have met over the Zoom, but what people say is, but I know them, just through the connections that they have through the Zoom link.
Long-term goals would be to meet more diverse needs, to refurbish our existing building and to expand so that we can double the capacity. So to be able to offer more places to more people and increased hours to some students will be transformational.
The impact of these organisations can be best felt from the words of people accessing them.
So since I came in NGS, and I think in my point of view is this best women group is in Edinburgh. So that's why I stuck here. So this is like a house to me.
I felt totally at home there. I never looked back. I've been involved in it since. And I think for me, just being aware that, you know, there are lots of other people who have issues as well. You know, because sometimes you think it's just yourself, you know, and it's all to do with you, and, you know, sort yourself out. And but then you're suddenly aware people have very similar issues. Their circumstances might be different, but they've got similar issues. Yes. And the fact that we were able to talk, I know, openly, yes, among ourselves, you know, made such a difference.
David has always liked to talk to people, but here he's been given the opportunity to actually learn how to be in a social situation, which has just been huge for us as a family, because it means when we have family gatherings, he can actually take part in that.
Remember what you were like with animals before?
Scared.
And what do you like now?
Animals.
You love the animals now, don't you?